One day, the peaceful life of Dreamland was shattered by a mysterious crisis the inhabitants didn't dream. Kind of ironic, considering it's Dreamland. On the edge of Dreamland, dreams and hopes once gushed forth from the Dream Spring, fueled by the Star Rod. By the way, the reason why I'm reading this is because I didn't read it the first time, sorry. Investigating the Dream Spring, King Dedede found naughty King Dedede swimming in its magical waters. Why he did that, nobody knows, because you'll see a later in a bit, like why I say that. Dedede had broken the Star Rod and given the pieces to his friends, who are now hiding in Dreamland, which I've already gathered all the pieces to. To bring back the lost dreams, Kirby sought the Star Rod, the pieces of them, and he has them, because I gathered them. Ooh. Yeah, there's a particular reason why I started off there and talked about the whole thing itself. There's a reason why I want to start off there and actually read it, just to get some extra time on here, but also because I did not explain that in the last episode that, oh hey, that was something I should have mentioned. No, I forgot. I had forgotten that maybe I should have, like, talked about it, like, or maybe I should have mentioned it, but I kind of forgot that I did not explain the story of this game at all, including the first episode that came out for this one. So I'm a bit embarrassed to say that I forgot to mention it. So yeah, I mentioned the first story, honestly. I kind of forgot the second one, so pardon me for that. I really do blame. I don't blame anyone. Only blame myself. Oh man, that reminds me. I gotta mention the first stories. I gotta mention the first story thing in Kirby's not Kirby's Dreamland, just Kirby's Dreamland 2. I gotta explain the story there, sort of. Well, not really by much, but anyway, this is King Dedede's fight, which is not really too difficult or different from his first boss incarnate fight, which is why I'm gonna try not to die, but I'm not gonna try to get hit too much. But I'm also trying not to, what do you call it? Pete's sakes! Why do I keep on letting that happen? Okay, no you don't. Ooh. Come on. Oh, right. Anyway, so you know, that's just, by the way, I went into the boss fight purely without any, purely without any abilities, just to see how far I can make it without them. I'm trying to do this somewhat fair, so hopefully that I do just that. Dang it. At least I'm hoping I can do this fair. Because if it doesn't, I may just have to resort to power-ups. Oh yeah, by the way, you see that particular move he's doing, the whole inflation thing? Supposedly he did this purely out of training, just so he could do that. So that way it's just something that he could do, so that way he could combat Kirby. He did that purely through training somehow. He learned how to inflate himself like a balloon, just so he could beat Kirby, which is impressive. I have to give it to King Dedede. If he has one thing a lot of, it's dedication. I'll give him that much. Okay, hopefully I can do this. It's a little bit difficult because some of the buttons are a bit delayed, and also a bit of a, what do you call it? What's it called? Bit of a controller delay, something like that? Oh god, ooh, that was too close. I didn't know he could actually fly in that form. I thought he could only hover a bit. He's learned how to perfect that form a bit more later on in the series, but not by much. Well, actually a lot more better. He can float like Kirby, basically. Like usual, I guess you could say. Oh god! So close, and yet so far. I don't blame anyone except for myself there, because I was a little bit too reckless. He has technically the most health out of any enemy in the game, but not by much. Although that's not really saying much. The other issue I have that really I'm not really talking about much of is the fact that, in order to jump, or at least to float, use any of the buttons, basically. Any of the buttons is that I have to, you might as well stay on the ground when he does this. Anyway, I really wish you could do more of that. Dang it! I wish I pointed in the right direction. Anyway, the issue here with the button things is that if you have to press up in order to make Kirby do any of his flying maneuver stuff. Like, you have to make him press up in order to float in the air. You can't press A and have him float up. It doesn't work like that anymore. You can't press A to make him fly up. That's rarely that you can do that. The only time you can press A to fly up a bit with the inflation thing is if you use, what do you call it? If you are already in flight, like you press up, and you make Kirby fly already, and you press A a lot, that's the only real particular way you can get him to fly, honestly. That's the only way you can do it. Tried it the other way. Tried it sort of the other way, but it doesn't work. Anyway, you saw the intro cutscene, and here's him talking about it. But here's the weird thing. Level 8, the Fountain of Dreams. Yeah, King Dedede tries to stop you one last time. I don't know why. Why would he want to stop you? Don't do it! I love that face. It's like, don't do it, man. Don't do it. This doesn't make sense for one of two reasons, but at the same time it makes some sense. Listen, I'm just saying, King Dedede was swimming in the fountain itself. I don't know why he would swim in it. But that really doesn't make sense, because it's like, oh hey, if you're trying to protect it, why are you doing this? But apparently King Dedede was trying to keep the Fountain of Dreams from doing this because of something else. It'll be slightly explained a little bit later on. But for now, here's the secret boss of the game. And this is Nightmare. Well, first form Nightmare, as far as things go. Come on, hit already! Okay. Anyway. This weird ball is Nightmare's first form. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but it's certainly a ball. He'll become something a little bit more threatening in a second. Not by much, honestly, but you'll see what I mean. Nightmare is apparently one of the strongest enemies in Kirby's history. Lineup, at least. At least in terms of just being a creature of darkness. At least by a lot. He's actually he's a predominant enemy in Kirby's, Jesus Christ. That seems a bit unfair. Anyway, Kirby's, Kirby right back at you as a main antagonist, yet he's not really shown to be, like, what do you call it, as the similar enemy here as he is there. Now you have Kirby Star Rod, a special ability that works here. We're floating down, by the way, but now we have to go to the moon and chase down Nightmare to battle him. I would like to point out that Kirby can breathe in space and also battle on the moon. And also do something else that's pretty cool, you'll see in a second. But this is Nightmare's true form. The pixelated circle over there becomes something. Becomes something, I don't know what you call it exactly. I really wish they could heal you up at full health here, but no. Okay, hold on. Okay, just checking. This is Nightmare. Oh. Some weird, what do you call it, clown person thing. Some weird clown thing or weird gesture vampire dude. Oh jeez. Oh Jesus. Dang it. He's a bit difficult and tough, but not too bad. At least they start you off here, at least. The game's at least merciful in that regard. The one thing is that we never really hear about Nightmare for a long time. I think he's appeared in one other game besides this one. At least I think he does. I don't know, I could be wrong. You know what, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong, honestly. Because, like, the only prominent enemy in Kirby that I know of that has appeared a lot in Kirby's long history of enemies is Dark Matter. But that's about it. He's appeared a lot, and in all honesty, it's more than Nightmares. Although, Nightmare was made out to be like this huge antagonist in the Kirby animated series. Right back at you. Which is kind of weird because he doesn't really do much throughout the animated series either. He's just there as a organization owner of a place called Nightmare Enterprises, which manufactures monsters. Oh, Jesus. Come on. Come on! Fall already! Also, for some reason, we're also running across the moon, by the way. Come on! Yes! Gotcha! With one health, I thought he hit me. Oh Jesus, we need to get out of here. Warp Star, get me out of here before this whole moon blows up. By the way, not the whole moon, just a portion of it. And boom! And that's why we have a crescent moon, everybody. But the Star Rod did that. It was able to destroy an entire section of the moon. Man, that's powerful. Kirby fought to find the Star Rod. Yes, he did. In no subterranean window. But King Dedede did not mean any harm, even though he swam in the fountain, apparently. Bad dreams had invaded Dreamland. It's a little bit more understandable with context, but still. You'll understand in a second. A nightmare came to the Dream Spring, that thing, and tried to cause pain to the people. Like, it makes some sense, but geez. Dedede foiled the nightmare. Oh, Jesus. By hiding the Star Rod from him. Thanks, Dedede. Now just float into oblivion. Dedede helped Kirby beat the nightmare by throwing me up in the air with the Star Rod. Now everyone's dream will return. Well, someone helped me. Tonight, Dreamland will sleep well. Jesus, stop moving so badly. Well, that ends Kirby's adventure. Keep on, like, mistaking it. I know that's where Kirby lives, Dreamland, but that's not the game. By the way, good toss, by the way, Kirby. See? Now that's a very good toss. Now, good dreams are forever in the Fountain of Dreams. No longer anymore like nightmares. Which is odd. They don't explain where Nightmare came from, just that he came somehow. Bye, Kirby. See you in the next game. Because who lordy knows I have like a ton of other Kirby games to play. Like what? Like 6, 7, 8? I don't know. Depends on how many are left. Okay, there's Kirby's Dreamland 3 and Crystal Shard, so 2 more I think. Technically speaking, 2 more. Kirby's Dream Land 3 and, like I said before, what was it called? I just said it! Kirby's Dream Land 3 and Crystal Shards. That's the last two I need to play for this marathon. Which shouldn't be too bad. Dreamland, Crystal Shards is my favorite, and I really do like it. Dreamland 3 may be a little bit repetitive, but it isn't terrible. At least by comparison. Like, the other games, like, it's an SNES classic game, so it's not that bad. Although some people consider it the least better one because of Kirby Superstar Ultra. No, just Kirby Superstar, sorry. I can't say Ultra because that came out later. But thank you all for watching this series of Kirby games. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more, and, well, just stay tuned for whenever I post another video on Kirby, I guess. Because the Kirby Marathon is still going. Remember, I do want to point out, if you're new to this, or just seeing this last, this is purely for Kirby's 25th anniversary. I'm just playing the Kirby Dark Matter Saga. Although this one was a sidetracked one because it was technically a part of Kirby's history, because it is technically Kirby's second game. That's something I just want to point out. So that's all I really want to say. So Kirby's Dreamland, or Adventure. Yeah, I wanted to play Nightmare in Dreamland, but I decided to wait until later to play the original. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time in the next video. Until then, sayonara, my bots. See ya! Hope you enjoyed. Oh, that's nice.